You ever wonder why the banks are rich and you're not? Well, today I want to show you why Florida tax liens are a great hack to beating the bank at their own greedy little games. Fun fact, did you know that banks are one of the largest investors in tax lien certificates? So if you're sitting here right now, maybe you have some money in the bank, there's a chance that that bank is already using your money to buy tax liens and earn up to 18% interest in places like Florida, while they pay you peanuts, charge you penalties, charge you interest, and charge you all this sort of stuff just for having the privilege of putting your money in the bank. Well, today we're gonna change that, and I'm gonna show you how to go and start to buy some Florida tax liens from the comfort of your own home that can pay up to 18% interest. Well, actually my business partner is gonna walk you through it step by step, but I'm gonna do this intro and then hand it over to him here momentarily. Now, what I love about tax lien certificates is they're safe, secure, and predictable, and they're secured by a real asset like real estate. So here's what's wild, right? You go into the bank, maybe you want to borrow some money, you beg them for a loan. You give them your left arm, your right arm, they want every piece of collateral before they lend you money. Now, what I love about tax liens is they've been around for 200 years and your money is secured by real estate, actual collateral. So that is one great thing when you compare it to, say, crypto or stock or anything like that. You actually have an asset that this is attached to. Now, tax liens have been around for over 200 years. They're not going anywhere. Well, some people say, well, what happens if tax liens go away? And my answer is like, well, the only risk, one of the big risks of this is if the government decides to stop collecting property taxes. Now, at the end of the day, sometimes we hear there's actually even a bill right now in Florida where they're talking about maybe pausing property taxes, but they need to figure out how they're going to pay their school their school teachers, their fire trucks, pave the roads, all that. Tax liens aren't going anywhere, and they're a great way for you to start making some money and creating some wealth in real estate. The problem is, how do you do it? Where do you find these liens? And how do you do it from home, from your computer? So that is what we're going to walk you through here today, because it can be a safe, secure way for you to get into real estate and start making a guaranteed interest that's backed by the government. And you can beat the banks at their own greedy game, because they're one of the largest investors in tax liens. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna hand it over to my business partner, Corey. He's gonna walk you through exactly where to go and what website where you can find these tax lien auctions that are coming up. And I recommend you take a swing, and it's a great place to park your money that's safe and secure. I think I've mentioned that 3 times, but let's go, let's dive in and get into it. Over to you, Corey.
All right, thanks, Dustin. So in this video, we're going to talk about real auctions. So in previous videos, I've talked about bid for assets, and there will be more kind of technical-ish things on these platforms just to help you get better used to it. And so what I want to do today is go over realauction.com. And so Real Auction actually has lien sales, but they also have foreclosure sales as well. And so I know I mentioned it in the bid for assets video. So if you haven't seen that yet, I'll actually put it up on the screen here somewhere, and you can check that out. There's some really key information there about making sure the site that you're looking at is actually legitimately attached to the county, because there are some third-party sites that you would just be buying it from a random person or a random company, which we're trying to avoid that with what we're teaching and what we're doing here. We want to go straight to the source. So, but without further ado, let's jump over to my screen here. And so we've got Real Auction here. Now, Real Auction is a platform used by a few states. So if you come over here to where it says Clients and click Clients, what you can do is you can see here, this is Real Foreclose. We've got Real Tax Lien, Real TDA, Real TDM. Honestly, we just use these two here, Real Foreclose and Real Tax Lien. You can also click this client filter here and select what state you want to look at. So Florida, we can see here. And then, we can go over to Real Tax Lien. Let's go to Tax Lien right now, because Florida actually, as we speak, is like all their tax lien sales are kind of in the midst of getting live, as they say, being opened. So let's go to Florida and submit. And so what we can see here is there's actually 11 counties in Florida, and these are the ones you can see when the site opens. And so I think as of today's the 9th. Yeah, so site like these open, this one opens today, this one's already open, Lafayette County. And so we've got all these different platforms. Now, Lien Hub is another website, which we'll do in another video that goes over Florida tax liens. So just keep that in mind, that there's also Lien Hub as well, but Real Auction's one of them. So what's cool about this is it all looks very similar. And so what you can do is you can come in here to, like, let's say Polk County. So this opened on the 1st of May. And then you can preview stuff here. You can start registering. You can start here. And so I might actually have a login for this one, which would be great. So what you can do is you can log in. And then you might have to submit a bunch of information first. And it'll ask you to do this. This is stuff you would want to make sure you read. Oh, you gotta scroll down. Participant name. Let's see. Boom, boom. So submit. Oh, yes, submit. I don't think I've ever had to do that before. And then it tells you your risks, so you can click I agree to that. Make sure you know that. And so we got a lot of sensitive information there that I'll block out. And then hit confirm. And then, okay, so then we're heading to this page, and then we can see we have to put deposits in by May 23rd. And it shows here that I'm not qualified to bid because I haven't entered any deposits or any ACH information for like when the stuff gets redeemed. And so that's fine there. We'll just kind of go over here to place bids. And so what we have here is we have the summary screen. Now, like I said, a lot of the stuff on Real Auction actually looks the same. You don't have to sign up. You can look at stuff, usually preview items for sale. But what we've got here is we've got our batches. We can see when it opens and when it closes. So everything closes June 2nd, it looks like in this county. So it looks like it's open for just over a month. And then you can see how many certificates are in each batch. So 2,800 in each batch for a total of 25,848. The total face value of the liens and the number of bids so far. So what you would just be doing is, and this is where like it helps to have someone to help out with you. If you have like a virtual assistant or someone to kind of help with that, you just have to go in one by one. And looks like, yeah, I do need to put bank information in. So let me just do that real quick here. Okay, so we're back on the screen. You can see here I provided the bank information. We got the little check mark there, which is great. So now I should be able to also look at everything going on and actually be qualified to make bids. Perfect, here we go. So this is the screen we're looking for. And I'll just run through it. I won't go too in depth on the research side. That's kind of the point of another video, which I will be making. But what we have here, I just want to overview it, and we'll go through a quick little run through. I don't like leaving the people hanging. So, but before I do that, remember, we do have the ABCs of tax lien and deed investing available. So you can see this here. Let me go back to this. Boop. There we go. So ABCs of tax lien and deed investing, great book. It's in the link below. If you're new to tax lien and deeds, government seized properties, this is the book you want. There's lots of good stuff. We give you the digital version, so we don't actually ship out the physical one. Sorry. But it is digital. It makes it really easy. You can search it like PDF, Command F, search through it, find the topics you're looking for. And there's a lot of great videos like the National Tax Lien and Deed Directory inside in the members area that you'll get access to with lists of all the counties and stuff. So if you're new, you got to grab this book. It's free. We used to sell it for, we sold it for $97, then we sold it for $27, and now we're giving it away for free. Right here, look at this. Woo, ABCs. So go grab that. Link in the description below. If this is like new stuff or like not new to you, we also offer coaching and training, and the links for that are below. We also take people on trips with us. So that's great to do as well. So back to the screen here. So what this is this column here is like it's kind of like the lien. It's how they organize them basically. So that one's not too important. The tax year is important. You can see they're auctioning off 2024 here. Parcel ID, super important. Face amount, obviously important. And then this is, you can enter your bid and then click bid or cancel. I can't speak proper English today. Okay, so what you can do is you can click this map section. There's lots of stuff you can click here, and then we'll click this O. Well, actually, that just lets you know it's an outstanding. I believe HX means homestead. Yeah. So this map will kind of get you in the right direction. Now, I would like to warn everybody. This is a serious moment here. So let's go back to this. Serious moment. When you're looking at tax liens and even tax deeds, this is not something that you want to rely on 100%. They're giving you their best estimate as far as the address. If it's a piece of land in the middle of nowhere, it may be close, it may not be. It might be a little sliver of land behind the property you're looking at. You might think it's like this whole farmhouse, but really it's like 1/1000th of an acre, 1/1,000,000th of an acre behind it. And so when you have counties that link to addresses like this, you want to be very careful that you don't just take that at face value. Okay. All right, that's my rant. It's over. But we can go and do deeper dive if we have the parcel ID here. And let me just click this and I'll show you. So we'll click this, boom. It's taking us outside of that actual Polk County thing. It's taking us outside of real auction. It will probably take us to Polk County. And see what we've got here is now we have an area map. And so this isn't super helpful, to be honest, but it does tell us some good things. It kind of shows us a little bit. Let's open this interactive map. Okay, so this is good. This is what we're looking for, but I also want to show you a quick way to kind of make sure you can check this out for every property. Yeah, so that's all the information, really good to know. And then if we open this interactive map, it should be the GIS. And we always want to check the GIS. If I could burn one thing in your brain, always check the GIS. Super important. No matter what you do, GIS is the king of property lines. So I hope that helps. Disclaimer, GISs always have that. But yeah, here we go. So the Polk County Property Appraiser. So this is kind of what we're looking at here. And this is actually good. So what we can do is we can just see here this kind of gives us the address. We can cross-examine stuff, and then this is 222601, and then we have the 000260, which I think should be 000260. So this is actually a pretty good lien. Yeah, so $1,400. I mean, this property, it looks like it might have a structure on it. I would want to drive this first. You can drive down Pine Meadow Road. You can look on Google Maps as well to see what's there. But this would be part of the research of you doing that. And then, yeah, I mean, this looks like there's some decent stuff around here. Let's see, is it in the middle of nowhere? Or do we got a little bit of life here? Yeah, okay. Well, it's in the country a little bit, but anyway, I would do more research before I actually bid on this, but you always want to check the GIS in the interactive map. Super important to do that. And then you can kind of see what they're owed for taxes and that sort of thing. So you can see here they sold it warranty deed for $57,000. So, it's not a hugely valued property, but you could also do some research on comps in the area and what land goes for, what houses go for, that sort of thing. So that is just clicking that parcel ID that gets you there. And then, yeah, I mean, as far as research go, that's a topic for another video, but it's very much similar with all these counties and states that are in real auction. This link will probably take you to a different website. It'll take you to the GIS. Now, if we wanted to go, like, for instance, GIS Polk, this is another way to find it, Polk County, Florida. We can then, we might be able to click here, open this one, Polk County, Florida Property Interactive Map, Polk County Government. I always just open a bunch of them to see kind of what's going on. We can see it here. This could be the same one. This might be a little different. I think this is the one we were at. Yeah, this was the one we were at. Polk County Appraiser, and then this is another one. Sometimes you'll be spending all this time trying to figure out why a parcel ID won't fit and won't work, and then you realize you're in Polk County in another state. So that's also something to be mindful of. Done that way too many times. Way too many times. Okay, so now we can try taking this whole thing. Now I know, because we were on the page before, that it actually it was like the last 6 digits here, but let's see if we can pull it up. If we paste it in here, it might not, so it didn't pull that up. Let's get rid of what I'll always do is get rid of the dashes. Oh, get rid of the dashes first. Yeah, and that did it. So just get rid of the dashes, brought it up. So I believe that's the same place, Pine Meadow Road. Yeah, and this is all county data, just so you know. Like it's open to the public. We're not doing any special tactics. This is available to everybody for free. It's kind of the county, but that's how you find it. So that is real auction. We could go. You have to have different logins for each state and county that you want to do, but that's real tax lien. And if we go real quick to real foreclose, we can actually check and see. It's a similar layout. If we go Florida, I think, yeah. Let's see. We got Citrus County. Let's see if Citrus County has anything. We can check their auction calendar. Okay, you can see here auction calendar, and it shows for the foreclosure. There's 4 to 6 going on there. So these are higher. Usually in Florida, the prices start higher, and so you can see the auction starts at 5:15, and then it's very similar where you would click like the case number, and it can probably take you to the website, and then the parcel ID here. might take you to the GIS, but it also might not. You might need to find it. Okay, so it looks like it links right to the judgment, the foreclosure judgment, which is good to read. And then this takes you to the, looks like the county appraisers, sort of what we were on the similar, on the last example. They all look different, and some of them are prettier than the others, but yeah, that's that. So it's pretty cool. And then you can take this parcel ID and put it into the Citrus County GIS, and that could be a test for you right now. Copy this parcel ID. You could pause it and then zoom it in, and then see if you can find the GIS for it. See if it makes sense, and then you can take the address here and just double check that. So that is real auction. Let me just quickly go back to see. I know that's a quick run through of it, but just a quick recap. You've got the real tax liens here. You can check versus Arizona. It looks like Arizona's somewhere open, and then there's a lot of Florida action right now. Oh, sorry, that's Maryland. Nice, Maryland action. Let's go back here. Putnam County, and then you can register. You can preview items here as well. You don't need to be logged in, so you can see what's going on. It's the same sort of process. You just can't bid on them unless you sign up and do your thing. But same sort of thing. And once you get used to this, once you keep doing this, it will make more sense. You'll start to get a feel for, oh, this is actually the property search. This is the assessor's office. Oh, this is the GIS. And so really, it just takes practice. And so I'll start to wind this train down here and just say that it does take practice, and it is a bit techy and it can get frustrating. I get that, but there's a lot of stuff that you can just get used to if you just keep going at it and keep putting in the time and the effort to do it. It'll make sense eventually. So just put in some time and be patient with yourself. And if you do need a bit more help, you can grab the ABCs free. Link below will email you all your login stuff, all that fun thing. That fun things that happen when you download a digital product. And then if you do want more hands-on training, we do have coaching and training programs. We take people to live auctions, and we also have you can schedule just a one-on-one call with us, and we can chat about if that would be a good fit for you. And that is also in the link below. So your homework is to check out Real Auction, kind of browse through it, take a look, and use this as a training experience. Maybe you have money to buy liens and deeds in Florida right now. Maybe you don't. That's totally fine. But what's good is getting the reps in and getting used to the process, and that's going to be the most important thing you can do. So, all that being said, take a few minutes now, get in there, get some practice in, and until next time, just keep going, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.